Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Happy weekend, I hope you guys are doing great. I did actually post a video yesterday about the parade of planets, but somehow it didn't publish. I tried at the time, same story. There was an error at some point and it just didn't work out. So I decided that's probably meant to be, and that message was supposed to be private for myself and my own journey, and I just decided to leave it at that. So today we're gonna do a classic read. We're gonna check where we are right now. It is still a very important point from astrological point of view. I'm just gonna say that the 5 planets that were in this parade of planets, they are actually looking that way for a few days already last week. But on Friday evening, EST time, my time zone, it was like the peak. So for a lot of you, it was probably Saturday morning. It was like the most favorable time to see them in the sky. Yeah, so we had like Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus, I think. Yeah, so those 5 planets, they lined up. It's called CCG in astrology. And it hasn't happened since 2004 in that way. It's pretty significant. The Earth wasn't per se there, but there was actually a light, kind of the light fell in a certain way from the Earth and the Moon that you actually could see, kind of like in the place where you would see in a textbook, you would see Earth, you could see the light there. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so what it means, a lot of additional pushes for change, for shifts, and for controversy, I would say. So you could notice, and I'm not going to comment on any specific events in politics and economics. It was certainly a busy week in the US. I'll mention that. So there are like controversial decisions and moves, something to shake up the industry, so to speak. And you could see that around the world in various industries. Of course, we also had certain events in the war in Ukraine. So for me personally, it resonated on those main levels and what was happening in the States, what was happening in Ukraine, and it still is happening during this weekend. But yeah, it also gives, in terms of twin flame journey, what I see, and we're gonna ask a question here: what is the significance? How we're supposed to use this time? To me, the most important part is this push towards unconventional decisions, trying something new, doing things the way that maybe you wanted to try, you wanted to do them, but you haven't had the courage, the time, or whatever additional excuse was. You can fill in the blank. But you know, the reason why you never actually pursued it, you never actually did it that way. So now is the time to actually go for it. And you will see maybe little reminders, maybe even childhood memories of certain things you wanted to do then and never did, right? So this is the nudge from your guides and from your higher self, that it's time to do that, that it was there for a reason, and it's still calling for you. So this is like, at least it's giving you a chance to close that cycle, so that your inner child gets that closure, gets that fulfillment from that experience, at the very least. Or it may end up being something new and exciting that you will do as an adult. Why not? And it will help you discover something new about your personality, what you're leaning towards, some skills and gifts that you have, you name it. Okay, so today I decided to start with this deck. So we'll get an advice from the Ascended Masters, from the Keepers of the Light, for each of the twins, of what is important at this time, what to pay attention to, and then we'll move on with tarot for the read of the energy of Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine Collective, and the connection itself. I do have my Hermit Tarot cards here, so we'll get messages between the twins today. And another exciting news about my cards, I decided to get the After Tarot deck for myself. So it's like the Rider-Waite deck, but with like, the classic deck, but it's almost like a separate, it's a version of what was happening with the events in the card right after the moment when that moment was captured, and it's pretty cool. So I'll probably do the first reading. I will do that either tomorrow or Tuesday. We'll see when the cards arrive. I'll do it as a kind of like, we'll take the right away, this is what is currently happening, and after tarot will tell us what's going to be happening next. We'll take it that way. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited. Of course, we have 1st of July on Friday next week. So new backdrop is going up. I might rearrange some other things. We'll see how I'm feeling. Okay, so let's get started. Everybody take a deep breath. We'll get a card for Divine Feminines first. And by the way, if you're interested to get some guidance for your astrological sign, I will start posting those like what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on my other channel, Mindful Bamboo. So you may want to check out that. That will be guidance for July for a specific zodiac sign. So for feminines, we have faith, beautiful figure, like female figure here, humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. To me, it's also highlighting the throat chakra, so you may want to work on that if you feel certain discomfort, either physically or just in general, in speaking your truth and being yourself. So this is, in a nutshell, this is asking you to have faith and be yourself, right? You don't have to try too hard, you don't have to create challenges and obstacles, right? Take it easy, relax, fall into this feminine energy of surrender. If your throat chakra is preventing you from doing that, or your third eye for some, this is the guidance to work on that. But most importantly, keep faith in the best possible outcome, that whatever is happening on your journey right now is serving you and is for the highest good of you and your twin flame. Okay. Sorry, I've got 3 cards, so I'm gonna shuffle again. Can we please get 1 card for Divine Masculine? What do Divine Masculines need to know for their journey right now? Masculines and the Divine Feminines cross-watchers. I have 2 cards, okay, I'll take them. Both of them, the feminine figures, by the way. One, very similar to the face, this is Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. So this is about staying grounded, and to me these are the base chakras, the root and the sacral ones, the masculine chakras actually. So it's very fitting that masculines are called to balance in that way. And the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. We keep getting these cards of dancing and singing for masculines. This is awesome. I mean, for me, it speaks in a special way because I am a dancer and my DM is a dancer. But, you know, it's just so cool when you get a card like, just dance with the universe, you know, embrace this energy. I think it's a really cool idea. And for those out there who haven't tried dancing with the universe and doing some kind of transcendental experience with dancing, I sincerely call you to try that. It's so cool. And you don't have to, you don't even have to set up any special rituals for that. Just turn up the music that you like and kind of lose yourself in the dance, right? It's like a meditation process, but in like dynamic meditation, right? Where you're moving to the music, but you are kind of going within or connecting to spirit in that moment. It's so beautiful. That's what I loved about the dance the most. And, you know, that's what drove me to where I am now with ballroom and with competitions. Sacred self, yeah. So I would say both of these cards actually give very similar image to what we saw for the feminines, right? About being yourself and trusting and grounding. Okay, let's get to tarot. What do we have for Divine Feminines? What's the energy like right now? 6 of Pentacles. What about masculines? And I'll pull clarifiers for that. Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles. Wow, that's amazing. I love this. What about the connection energy at this time? What's happening in the twin flame connection? What do we need to know? Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. And we'll ask additional question, how did the parade of planets impact twin flame journey? And I'll ask for the connection as well. How did the parade of planets impact the twin flame journey? For those watching and listening. The King of Cups. Ooh, like that a lot. Bottom of the deck, 4 Wands in reverse. I'm not sure why it fell in reverse here. It was in the deck, but I think it has a meaning. And to me, it means for right now that this is more of an internalized process. We are on the path, right? And in this deck, it's called the path. We are on the path. It's just that it's not necessarily externally written out for us. It's not necessarily that you know all the steps as you maybe would have had in a karmic relationship when you're planning years ahead. You can't really do that here, but it's working its ways, and it's kind of working both ways, where each of the twins, with what they're doing, with how they're pursuing their dreams and rediscovering themselves, they are impacting the connection and the journey. And then the journey itself, that energy, that sacred mission that you have together on this planet in this lifetime, is impacting each of the twins in a certain way, kind of guiding them or adding extra color to their individual journeys. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. So let's clarify 6 of Pentacles. Please clarify 6 of Pentacles. Thank you. Please clarify Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles for the masculines. Please clarify 2 of Cups in reverse for the connection. Please clarify the King of Cups for the impact from the parade of planets. There's also the Pride Parade today. Not sure if any of that is connected. I'm sure they're not, but it's just a convenient Sunday for doing a Pride Parade in the months of Pride in the US. Judgment, nice. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Cups, yep. Okay. So, feminines, you have 6 of Pentacles clarified by 2 of Wands. So to me, it immediately speaks of choices that will be of highest good to everyone involved, because 6 of Pentacles is this reciprocity, is this equal give and take. So what's going to be good for me, what is going to be good for you. We don't have to sacrifice either of the parts, right? And let's take it specifically for the connection at this point. I'm feeling strongly this is between DM and DF in this case, right? So this is making a choice of equal partnering, equal give and take. And for some of you, what it means is that if your divine masculine is not ready to give you full-on commitment or to give you a lot of their time, their resources, it means that you should reconsider how much time and resource you are spending on this connection. And it doesn't mean give up on it, turn away, or break it off with your DM because, or at least potential DM, because they're not ready to give you the attention that you are, expecting. It's just that if you are going to keep pouring more and more towards it, and they are not doing their part, it's going to create imbalance, which is only going to make it worse. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. So it's like accepting that this is the baseline where we are at. And yes, you will keep, this is the card also of helping others, right? Of extending yourself to help others, right? You will keep giving of yourself, but it's never going to be a sacrifice. It's still supposed to be partnership. It's supposed to be equal give and take, right? And if you're seeing that DM is not on board at this moment in time for some reason, for any reason, focus on yourself and how you are giving to yourself. You're working on yourself. And, depending on what you're guided to do, you may be guided to keep it more internally or to share with the world of who you are, right? But that's always going to be good advice. The amount of energy resource time that you give to your DM, that should be balanced with what they're ready to give. And you can probably think for yourself and figure out why it's not going to work out the best way, even from 3D perspective. But if anyone's interested in more information, contact me or leave a comment, and I can speak to you more about that, because it's a separate topic. I just don't want to get into it right now because it's going to be a very long reading. Okay, for masculine we have this kind of DMDF pictures, Queen of Cups, King of Pentacles, right? Queen of Cups, who is mostly focused, it's the female energy, feminine energy, right? Let's call it that way. Feminine energy, focusing on love and feelings and sharing this beautiful energy with the world, coloring the world with this love that she has. King of Pentacles, established in 3D, knowing their worth, confident and successful, right? This is like the ultimate self-actualization, right? In the very direct meaning of feminine and masculine energy. Guess what we have for the clarification? We have death in reverse, death in rebirth. So for me, this means that this process is kind of complete for masculines to see these things. And they do see it, it's interesting because they do see it in a couple of ways. So on the one hand, they definitely see this primary energies in divine feminine in themselves, but they also see how both of this can be present in one person. And that's goal, that's the transformational part. This is the inner transformation, where their mind is blown by that. That doesn't have to be the way the society dictates, like you're a woman or, feminine energy, you're supposed to be this way, or you're supposed to think, say, and do things this way. If you are a man or masculine energy, you're supposed to go this way, right? It doesn't have to be that way. We both have masculine and feminine energy, and we can embrace both. And it's important for each of us to embrace both for fulfillment, for balance, for the highest interpretation of our personality in this reality. That's huge. The connection energy. We have Two of Cups in reverse, clarified by Knight of Cups. This is beautiful. This deck is very much a twin flame deck, and that's why it's created in this way, where the twins are kind of connected. They're coming out of this one higher self. It's currently in reverse, and I'm seeing that the twins are wishing for this kind of movie-like romance, for this earthly experience with what a love relationship would be like. There is this wish for it, and a little bit of sadness that it's not in place. That's the general energy. And of course, as usual, the advice is, if you're not seeing what you expectation, we shouldn't have any expectation in the first place, of course. But we are people, and we have ego. We are gonna have expectations, whether we like it or not, whether we word it, we say something to a person or not, right? And if you're feeling like you have these strong expectations at this point, and you're not seeing your DM or DF, your twin flame, responding to that, focus on you. That's the best advice you can get. Focus on how you can get that kind of vibe, that kind of romance, feel good energy for yourself in some other way, without necessarily involving another person. And there are multiple ways that you can think of and you can brainstorm for yourself. But it means that this is something that internally you're craving right now, and there's nothing wrong with giving it to yourself. But the more you're gonna focus on the other person not giving it to you, the longer this feeling of lack and sadness is gonna linger with you. So best to turn it around by giving you what you want, what you wish. And of course you can go within to your inner child and ask more questions on what is it all about, what is it, right? Why is it coming out this way? But you might as well just do those things that will associate for you with that energy of love and romance. For the way the parade of planets has impacted the journey, or is impacting the journey, we have King of Cups clarified by Judgment. So this is very much on the nose, right? It's this extra insight, extra clarity about the higher love and what it means to be the master of love. Like, we are ascending to be the masters of what love is really about, true love, authentic love, right? And we just got extra layer of clarity. And you could see that for both of the twins, right? It's a constant process, but the parade of planets, it brought extra light to certain aspects of our life that help this understanding of what it is that we are striving for and where we are now, right? It's like this very clear plan, right? Where you can see, or almost like a checklist of things that you're supposed to have to be there in that ascended love master place, right? And you can clearly see what you still don't necessarily have, right? And you immediately see what to work on next, or how certain events in your life are helping you master those points that you don't have figured out yet for yourself. It takes a very honest person, a quiet, grounded, and secure person to come up with a list and be honest about things that are there, and also honest about things that are not there yet. But it might be useful, especially if you are more used to approaching things in 3D manner. This is how your brain works, this is what works for you. It might be useful exercise, so you can ground the energy, so it's not just throwing you back and forth into different emotions. You can ground it in information that will help you with your next moves and will help you understand what is the universe giving you to get there. Okay, messages between twins from DM to DF. I'll shuffle a little bit more. From DM to DF, please. What would divine masculines like to say right now? Oops. Okay. We have gossip only hurts more. I never imagined so much perfection, and yes. So divine masculines are trying to say they're seeing the new level of beauty, new divine feminines that they haven't thought that they would, like, there's something this new and exciting to see yet. They thought that they know you pretty well by now, but they've seen some new level, some new angle of you that they were like, wow. And another thought here that divine masculines are still considering how going out in public with your connection or moving forward to the next level of your relationship what will the resonance be like in public. And yeah, you may say that of course it's immature, it's all fear talking, like how could they, but that's the fact. We do, again, all of us have egos, and whether we like it or not, we care about what other people think, especially if we already thought that we already had our past figured out, that we'll be in compliance with our community, our society, and now we are asked to move in the direction that is going to be very different from that, right? So that's what masculines are contemplating at this time. How's that gonna work? Not to make it worse for either you or themselves. Okay, what about divine feminines? What would they like to tell divine masculines? Anything else? Okay, thank you. Ooh, time. I need time for me. I need more time. And I just dream and wish for everything. Yeah, so divine feminines are looking into different timelines and seeing some timelines, some possibilities where this union comes together, and they can clearly see visions of this life in union. But right now they see that they're not on the timeline, or both DM and DF are not on that timeline. And they understand that some work still needs to be done on either of the sides. And they understand their part in it, So good for you, Divine Feminine. So we're just talking about the checklist. Clearly you see what you need to do, or maybe you were looking, well, no, sorry, you were looking at that, or you were feeling that connection energy where you realized that you shouldn't be relying on your masculines to give you that romance and that good, feel good feeling, that you can do that for yourself. You just need some time, but it's up to you to do it. All right. Thank you so much for being with me today, guys. I love you all. I leave you here, but I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.